Hey guys, it's Toya and thank you for watching ToyaJTV. So today I am going to take down my braids and I'm going to show you the proper way to take down your braids and to detangle your hair. And this will work whether you have a braid down from a wig like what I have, or if you're taking down box braids, knotless braids, whatever type of braids. This is how you're going to detangle your hair in order to avoid it matting or getting extremely tangled when you get in the shower. So this was my leave out. I was wearing a wig and this was my leave out. So this part was already out, okay? And this is the part that's braided down, is in the back. So I've had my hair braided up for probably a week and a half, but what I'm actually about to do is take this hair down and braid it right back up because I have a very busy week next week and I don't have time. So, but I do want my hair to be very, like you still want to take care of your hair. Even though you're wearing wigs, I still like to shampoo my hair every week. So I'm going to take this down, shampoo my hair, get it conditioned and everything, braid it right back up, put the wig right back on. That's the key to having your hair growing and stuff. You don't want to just completely forget about your hair when you're wearing wigs or any type of protective style. Now, of course, if you have knotless braids, you ain't taking your hair down every week and, you know, re-getting them. But what you can do is shampoo your hair while it's braided, you know, instead of having them in for 6, 8, 10, 12 weeks and not doing anything to your hair. You can still shampoo your braids with your hair braided up every 2 weeks. That's a whole other video. We'll get into that. I have to do a video on that next time I get knotless braids. So, anywho, I'm going to start this braid right here. Once I take this braid down, all the other braids are connected to it. I'm gonna start with my comb just to get the ends loose. And you always want to start at the bottom, of course, and work your way up. So, you know, the bottom of the braid tends to be hard to take down simply because it's so small towards the ends. But once I get it started, I just start taking it down with my fingers. And that just helps me to go a little bit faster, but you'll see what I do after this. So I'm just taking this braid down with my fingers. So now that I have taken that braid down, this is that braid. But, you know, your hair still sheds every single day, whether you have it braided, whether you have it down, no matter what you do to your hair still sheds every single day. Now, when your hair is braided, you're not going to see any shedded hair because that hair has nowhere to go. It's shedding, but it's stuck inside that braid. So when you are taking your hair down, that's why you will tend to see a lot of hair. And the longer you leave your hair braided, the more hair you will see when you take it down because it's just an accumulation of all that shedded hair that had nowhere to go. So when you're taking your braids down, you're releasing all that hair. So you're just seeing it at one time instead of seeing little pieces of hair every day. You're seeing one big amount from all the days, okay? So even though I had taken this down with my fingers, this is not completely detangled. So then I go back with this comb and I start from the bottom. And you want to be gentle with your hair. And I go all the way to the root. And this is going to release all of that hair that has shed but had nowhere to go because it sheds from the root. Okay? So, just taking down that one braid. This is the hair that came out of the comb. Just that one braid. So I'm going to put this to the side. And then once I get completely done, I'm going to show you how much it all amounts to. And that's, like I said, that's just one braid. So I'm going to move on to the next braid. And I like to take down the braid with a small comb because, you know, just because it gets in there really good. But you can also use a wide tooth comb when you're detangling. But to me, It just depends on the texture of your hair. You know what your hair can handle. If a small comb is not going to work with your hair, then use a wide tooth comb. But I have relaxed hair, so that comb is not going to do really anything to my hair. And also, depending on how small the braid is, I mean, a small comb may work for you, depending on how small your braids are. But again, a wide tooth comb will work. And again, I just go through with my fingers first just to help me move a little bit faster. And then I go behind it and start detangling that braid that I just took down. And when you're doing knotless braids, I like to do this after I take each and every single braid down. I promise you, it'll make a world of difference. Okay, now this is the hair that was in the comb. And again, this is normal. You will see that shedded hair is long hairs. 9 times out of 10, when your hair is shedding, it is long hairs. If you are experiencing breakage, breakage is typically hair that is shorter or hair that is all different lengths, because your hair can break at any length. When you have split ends, your hair will tend to break towards the ends. When you are receiving like damage, like say you're getting relaxer damage, or you got damage from color, sometimes your hair will break right at your line of demarcation, so it'll be longer hairs. But you can definitely tell it's breakage because it's right at a certain point, you know what I mean? But when it's shedded hair, you don't see just a patch of hair missing in one place, because your shedded hair, it happens all throughout the head, but it only happens to about, a small percentage of your hair at one time. Most of the time, your hair is in the growing phase. About 80% of the time, your hair is in the growing phase. That other 20%, your hair is in the transition phase, or, the phase where it's shedding. And basically all shedding means is that there is a new hair growing in that spot, in that hair follicle. So what it's doing is, as the new hair comes in, it is pushing the old hair out. It is a completely different hair strand, okay? It's not a continuation, and that's just a part of the growth cycle. That's why no hair on your head is growing at the same rate, okay? So don't feel like all of your hair has to be the exact same length, or, why are certain hairs, so much shorter, and you feeling like, well, I'm just going to cut my hair completely even. Your hair is never going to be completely even, because, you can cut it evenly, but all of your hair is growing at different rates. So, you still may have the same problem later on down the line. So just to put some light on that. And I'm literally about halfway done. But this is what I do if you do not do this, let's say you just take the braids down with your fingers, okay? As soon as you wet that hair, it's going to lock up. It is going to lock up on you. You're going to have some matting. And that's because that shedded hair does not play nice with the hair that is not shed, okay? Trust me on this. I've seen it a lot of times when women come into my salon. Number one, I can tell when you haven't detangled your hair, because it looks like a twist out. Like if it looks like you just got a twist out, you just took that. And I know to go ahead and finish detangling, or else when we get to that shampoo bowl, all hell gonna break loose, because we're gonna spend a whole hour or more trying to detangle. And I believe this is the last braid on this side. And again, your fingers are not a proper detangling utensil. They do help you move a little bit faster, But don't just stop there. Take that comb and comb all the way through it from the root to the ends. And if I would have left my hair braided for 2 weeks, then I would see double the shedding. And there's nothing you can do to stop shedding. That's the growth cycle, unless you just do not want your hair to grow anymore, because shedding is a part of the growth cycle. You have the growing phase. There's 3 different phases in the cycle of hair growth. And unfortunately, shedding is one of them. You can stop breakage. All right, since I'm done with that side, well, technically I'm not. I was going to comb all this on this side to get it out of my way, but I have one more braid apparently that snuck in there. But you can stop breakage. You can stop breakage because breakage means that your hair is being damaged from, the inside. And by the time you see the damage, it's working its way to the outside. All damage starts on the inside of the hair first. And sometimes, if your damage results in hair breakage, sometimes you'll see that immediately, but sometimes it doesn't happen immediately. Sometimes it happens over time. And then, you'll be like, well, why is my hair just now breaking? Because it was already, the inside of your hair was already being damaged. But you can't see the inside of your hair. But it was just becoming weaker and weaker. And then, especially when we keep doing what we don't think is damaging it. For instance, if you are applying heat all the time, I see this a lot in girls that wear sew-ins and have leave-out. They're always trying to blend the leave-out, right? And they're thinking, oh, it's fine, it's fine. Not realizing that continuously putting that heat on your hair is damaging it. The inside of that cuticle is becoming damaged. But then you see it when you take the rest of your hair down and the rest of your hair is this long. And then your leave out is this short now, Because the first 1 or 2 times, that heat may not be doing anything to your hair, But the third time, your hair is like, okay, keep playing with it. Keep playing with it. By that 4th time, it's starting to slowly but surely break off. That 5th and 6th time, it's gone. You have literally fried it. But it's so subtle that, you're not realizing that the heat is what's doing that. You're not realizing that. Okay. Now I can comb all this to this side. And again, I'm starting at the root and combing all the way down. And the reason why I like to use a comb like this is because the small teeth is going to grab every single hair that has shed. All right, so I just have a few more braids on this side. I'm going to finish this side up, and then I'm going to show you all of the hair that has shed in just 1 week. So I have finished taking my hair down, and this, are y'all ready to see this ball of hair? Here it is. Ooh. And again, this is normal because your hair can typically shed anywhere 100 to 150 hairs, even up to 200 hairs per day is considered normal for shedding. So in a week, 700 minimum, up to 1,500 hairs a day. Okay? So, this doesn't look like that many compared to the number that I just said. But anywho, again, this is completely normal. So shedding is normal. It's a sign that your hair is in the growing phase. It's a sign that your hair is just experiencing the growth cycle, okay? All of that hair that you saw, there is a new hair replacing it, okay? So now I am going to shampoo this, condition, braid it right back up, and put my wig right back on. But I hope this video helped you guys. I just really wanted to show how to properly take down your hair when you have braids. And I will see y'all next time. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.